And I am very pleased and very happy to introduce a very lovely friend. Sorry, Phil, it's not you.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
we've
Phil,
only just met.
no, it's Pilgrims, and we're very blessed because we have two pilgrims here to help us through. After we celebrated Thanksgiving in my house, I was thinking of pilgrims, of course. See, you wondered, Hania, how I do this stuff.
Yeah, yes.
Let's see. So Hania is here. Of course, not too far down the road from me. Hi. And while Hania's here, Hania wanted to bring in Phil, and it's wonderful to have you both. One of you has slides, correct?
Yeah, have I got sharing rights?
Yes, you should both have sharing rights because I'm not sure who had it.
Yep.
And
Is that showing okay?
yep, just
Okay.
start her up.
Can you go into this presenters mode?
Yeah, just hit F5.
Yes. Sorry, F5, did you say?
F5 will do it. It goes into presenter mode.
Nope, that doesn't seem to.
No, not working. Okay.
The icon at the bottom?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
There's three
just do it
different
my
ways.
way. Just do it my slideshow way.
Okay, you know what? Should we change your name to Frank Sinatra and you do it your way?
Why not? It's
Okay, great. So, without further ado, I'll let you take it away.
okay. I'd like to. Well, I don't think Hania needs an introduction, but for people in Poland. But I'd like to introduce Hania, who's been a great colleague to work with over many summers, and when Pilgrims was in Canterbury, and it's been great to. I mean, and personal support on many levels as well. And we continue to work together really well and almost on a daily basis.
And I would like to introduce Phil. I've asked to do a shared presentation because I think it's a very great responsibility, big responsibility to represent Pilgrims, 50 years of experience in teacher training and tons of courses we have delivered. I think it takes two trainers to do justice to Pilgrims. Phil, what is your main thought about Pilgrims when you think what have we achieved? What is Pilgrims?
I mean, there's so many things and where to begin, but I mean, I think a fantastic element is not only do we work with teachers from all over the world, but our training team also comes from all over the world, and I think that's really important. That we really understand both the international and the local context. And we know lots of teachers come and on the courses, and really it's the experience of being together, collaboration and sharing, and really understanding, because Pilgrim stands for humanizing language teaching, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And I think trying to define that has been very special. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
Well, just to ask the same question, really, what is it for you? Yeah.
I think I would agree with you that you have just summed up what I would have liked to say. But I think when I think about Pilgrims and what is Pilgrims for me, all those memories of, for me, 35 years of working on residential courses in Canterbury and traveling for Pilgrims and representing Pilgrims all over the world, working with teachers associations. And it's always this feeling of sharing, this feeling of face-to-face. And I'm so happy that after COVID, we are back to face-to-face. We haven't been tempted by going online and offering courses online, because it's this uniqueness, this atmosphere, this closeness. And I look through my photo albums and photographs of groups of teachers I worked with are the most treasured memory for me.
And we would like to discuss with you, a kind of definition really of humanism, and there are many. But just to say, I mean, some people ask what happened to Pilgrims, because it seemed to have been, are we still here? And of course, we're very much still here. But the horrible Brexit word has brought about changes, and as most of our teachers, not all, but most of our teachers we've been working with are in the European Union and can access Erasmus grants. We've relocated to Spain and Segovia, and we'll talk a little bit about this wonderful new venue where we host our face-to-face teaching and training.
So the memories are one thing, and moving on and working in Segovia, a beautiful place, is the next move. Now, humanism.
Okay. Do you want to...
Please read this slide. Please read this slide, because this is mission statement. Just take your time and read this short text. Phil, would you like to comment on this slide? What is humanism? What does humanism mean to you?
I think this expresses kind of the ethos of what we're about, and as I say, it's very much about striving to achieve both professional and personal transformation. And I think a lot of teachers who come and work with us, and we work with them. This is what they experience. It's they come with a certain set of ideas and then go away with quite different ideas, and our aim is to make it relevant and meaningful for everyone. And we've always said that we don't teach courses, we teach people. And I think I think everyone would say that anyway. But I think it's really, really important to emphasize that.
When I met Mario Involucri, one of the founding fathers of Pilgrims, who was always going on about humanism, I remember I went back to my room and I sort of looked up humanism and started reading up on Stevik, and one of the definitions I came across was making things as little painful as possible to people. I thought it was a very funny definition, making things as little painful to students as possible. But really, it is to help people with agency, teachers with agency, humans with agency, who are responsible for their own development, help them to achieve this. One of the words that I really would like to highlight is the word spaces, create spaces, because in the coming slides we will show you the various spaces we create at Pilgrims for teachers to develop not just our teacher training courses.
Yeah, and I'd just like to add, there is no way we can talk about Pilgrims without referencing Mario, and he's been our inspiration through all the years. And I think almost everyone who's come as a trainer has come in some way through Mario as well.
I think it's quite an achievement. I managed to mention Mario in minute 8 of our.
Yeah, quite. Yeah. And I think that's what Mario has done as well. He's created not minute 8, but has created spaces for everyone to develop as well, and we'll never forget that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, in the next slide, you will see what we offer, the teacher training courses, and very soon you'll see what courses you might go to if you win a Pilgrims course. Phil, would you like to explain this website? And since you are in charge of the summer program in Segovia.
Okay, yeah, I've the honor to be director of studies of our summer training in Segovia. So I'm the DOS, or some people call it a DOSer, but I do work as hard as I can and work with the team. So you could find information on if you go onto our website here about we're offering 12 teacher training 1-week courses in July, and I'm going to go through the titles. The actual details of all the courses you can get by going onto the website, which explains the course structure. But and, as I said earlier, we do have a structure of a course, but very much it's about planning what we actually do around the teachers that are there and we participate with. Yeah. There's also lots more information about Pilgrims on this website as well, including bios of trainers and lots of other information. But here's the 12 that we are planning and offering. Yeah. Okay. So the first set is what we call 21st Century Skills and Mediation, and this is one that you're developing, Hania, isn't it? Do you want to say something?
Oh yes.
About that?
Originally, it was meant to be 21st Century Skills and Sustainability, but since it's just a one-week course, I thought it would be far too many different things, 21st century skills and sustainability. I mean, sustainability is a skill, but it would be very difficult to put it in 1 week. So I decided to change it into adding mediation, because mediation is now such an important element in egzamin ośmioklasisty and in the matura, so the Polish school leaving exams, and to show how to do it humanistically, not to do it in the way that we teach mediation, in the way mediation is tested in an exam, but painting a much broader picture. I thought it would be a great way to combine it with the 21st century skills, which is collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and communication. So they really go nicely together. Phil, any course that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, well, I'll come on to that in a minute, but just to put it up. So other courses here are, the Pilgrims for many, many years has run courses around what we call actually creative teaching and learning. And this we're continuing again. Then you can see effective communication and public speaking, which has a kind of drama element to it. And then there's global skills through global issues, which is very much also focused on the UN goals as well, and many other things. The next set.
I'll just add one thing. When you say, that we have, these are the courses we have created, some of the courses had run for years. They're golden classics. The creative teacher was created by Bonitsai probably 30 years ago. And of course it is changed, and it also changes depending on the trainer who delivers the course. But this is, every teacher wants to be creative, and that's how we thrive. So that's
sure.
right.
Yeah. This English for Teachers with Added Value, it's an adaptation of something also that Pilgrims has done many times, which was English language for teachers, which we've done for secondary and primary teachers. And so this new course is a version of that. And then we've got innovative drama teaching one. People may know of Peter Dyer, who has worked for Pilgrims for many years as a great drama expert, I would say, and trainer. And
actor. He used to.
And actor, yes, yeah, sure, yeah. Then there's a focus on teaching teenagers. We like to kind of not. This might have been in the past called secondary, but we know that secondary means quite different things in different countries, and so I think the focus on the age rather than the kind of school level is actually very important. And then a very interesting course which we call Leadership for Teachers. And we know that leadership is very, very important in implementing anything, but this is teachers as leaders. And the last set, I'll come on to special educational needs in a minute. The humanistic teacher, so it's trying to show how our values are through all our teaching and training. And one also on well-being and mindfulness, and it's about how teachers can everyone is going to be faced with stress at some time. How can we mediate that as well, and come up with good strategies? Yeah. And then there's a course focusing on primary. I've developed and run. One of the things that I've also learned through my time at Pilgrims about 15 years ago, I kind of retrained in the area of special educational needs, and so I've developed a course which really I was very interested what Tabulo was saying about dyslexia. This course will cover in as much as we can in 1 week. The special educational needs, so-called conditions. But it's really about how inclusion and inclusive practice is for everyone, really. And a lot of the strategies are absolutely important for all learners, although obviously particular learners do need some particular support in various areas. So this is our 12th course that we're offering. And when it comes to your choice, you can choose any of those courses. Okay,
The thing I would like to add is when we say that we develop the courses, it probably means that we will deliver these courses, but it's not guaranteed because, of course, the plans need to be made still for the summer, the staffing. But the team at Pilgrims is very versatile and skilled in very many areas. And just to see that, I would like once again to mention the Pilgrims website with the trainers' biodata and links to articles they had written or programs they had been involved in, so that you get a better picture of who the team is and how we support each other and what our expertise is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just to add to that, if a particular topic heading doesn't work, depending on the people who are signed up on a particular week for courses, will ensure that you get as much of the content as you want. But if you apply, you get a course. There is no doubt about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, talking about various spaces, the new space is Segovia. Phil,
yeah.
Tell us
okay.
Again, Segovia.
So it was a real pleasure to work in Segovia this summer. I absolutely loved it. It's based at the school of the kind of parent company of Pilgrims, which is called OSIE, and it's a beautiful, fantastic summer venue. You can see here some of the images of some of the work we've been doing, and important to say also that the course also includes a most wonderful social program, which is all part of the same cost of the course as well. And there's fantastic things to do around Segovia, and of course it's 30 minutes from actually Madrid as well, which is wonderful. Just wanted to play a short video which would give you a little bit of a flavour of it. Let's hope this works.
Don't forget the sound.
Yeah, I have done that already, I hope. Can you hear that okay?
No, we can't see anything.
Can't see anything?
No.
No,
Yeah.
stop sharing and then reshare with sound and the right one.
Yep. Oops. Wait a minute. Sorry about this.
No problem.
I've just lost my. Just wait a second. Sorry.
I think we might have just to say that it's really beautiful, it's wonderful, and you can see the videos on our Facebook.
Yeah.
So we do that?
Yeah.
On Facebook and many various places you can see glimpses of Pilgrims in Segovia and get an idea. Or drop us an email and we will send you the link, because this is...
The link is on. Is on the Facebook page.
Yeah. But we were talking about new space.
Sorry, I've gone a bit bonkers here with these slides.
So go back and I will talk about the Segovia being the new space for us.
Yeah.
And remember earlier we said the key word was new spaces. Now, Pilgrims have got 2 more spaces. Are you screen sharing? Going to screen share, Phil?
Sorry, I've got very confused here. Yep.
Okay. And in the next slide, you can see something called the Pilgrims Teacher Training Program. This is our Facebook. This is another space where you can see information, links to various events, materials that we publish. and we would like to share with you. So, for instance, I was doing a talking heft for IATEFL for TESOL France when I was going there. There was announcement of the webinar that we were going to run, then a video from the webinar. So you can, Pilgrims Facebook is a wonderful space to keep in touch and see what we're doing, and join us as one of the teachers who is part of the community. In the next slide, you will see the Pilgrims Way, the 2 magazines we edit. Phil, would you like to talk about the teacher trainer? Just a few.
Yep. So, Pilgrims have run the Teacher Trainer Journal, which I hope you probably know about, for 37 years. It was originally Tessa Woodward who was the editor, and I took over about 3 years ago. We have articles, we have interviews. We now do Zoom type interviews to try and bring interviews alive. Book reviews, report reviews, and all sorts of other things. The focus, I mean, obviously all trainers are also teachers, but the focus is on more on teacher educators, teacher trainers, and we bring it out 4 times a year. It's entirely free. And the next one comes out at the end of January, beginning of February. We will always welcome articles. So if you know, or interviews, we link with the British Council teacher educator community. So it really goes all over the world, and also with a mentor network run by Richard Smith at Warwick University, but many other people. So please, you can access it through that link, and we'd love to have contributions.
And I would like to say a few words about Humanizing Language Teaching. That's a magazine I took over in 2006 from Mario Involucri. He handed it over to me, and by saying that I was his soul or spiritual sister. At that time, I didn't know what that meant, but I know definitely it meant that you have to be a workaholic to run a magazine like this. 6 issues a year, harvesting for each issue around 20 articles or more. And please read the magazine. The magazine is not only the current issue, but the previous issues. And when you go to the previous issues, when you click on the link, at the very bottom, there is another link to all the issues before 2018. We had to migrate the mag from one server to another, and from one provider to another. And then there was no other way of saving the archive. So the archive is in 2 parts, the more modern archive and the one before 2018. And you can publish articles, you can publish lesson ideas, you can publish information about books you have written, you can write author's review, you get a certificate of publication, and really this is a fantastic way to work on your continuous professional development through publishing. I once encouraged one teacher to write an article, and a year later he wrote to me, and I encourage him to keep notes on what he's doing in class. And a year later he said, I think I have written a book. Hania, where shall I publish it? And he published it in with Helbling. It was about using interactive whiteboards. And Daniel Martin was for many years one of our colleagues working at Pilgrims. So from one article, he developed into becoming a really successful materials developer, and published with well-known publisher. The next space that I would like to mention is the Pilgrims Cafe. And I'm taking the liberty to start talking about the cafe, but Phil, you can then add perhaps some information. The reason being that the next cafe is run by myself and Judith Ferrer and from Hungary, and we are going to talk about sustainability and 21st century skills. So please do come. In the blurb on the left hand side, you see you get information how to get in touch with us to join the webinar. Phil, would you like to say something more about this Pilgrims Cafe project? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is another example of spaces and the different kinds of spaces that, in order to engage everyone. We hold this about once every 6 weeks. on a Saturday, and the whole idea is to try and make it a bit different from a kind of webinar style. We call it cafe, so it's much more engaging, and so really using breakout rooms and really obviously the chat space, but many other ways that it's not just us presenting, but it's everyone being part of this space for the 75 minutes of the cafe. And again, here's a list of the upcoming ones in the new year.
And you see, this is sustainability and 21st century skills. So what originally the week's course was supposed to be, but it's got a very nice angle. We are working on UDIT on this cafe, so it will be fun, promise, and very practical, hands-on.
Yeah.
There is another type of space where we meet and where we are very active, and on the right, this long photograph. That's me at IATEFL Poland in Gdańsk giving a plenary. So we do attend conferences. We mix with teachers. You can see Stefania Balotto in Romania. Here is Hania Kryszewska with Alicja Gałązka at TESOL, France, where we got so sick that probably COVID, we brought souvenirs from Paris in the shape of COVID, but never mind, it was worth it. It was a wonderful event. And this is how we are members, active members of the community. And we always advertise where we're going so that you might bump into us and come and have a chat. Of course, the next one, a big opportunity, will be IATEFL UK in Edinburgh. So to sum up, Phil,
my PowerPoint has just disappeared. Can you see it? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we can. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why it's disappeared from me, but if you want to maybe just go on, can you go on to the last slide? I think you've got
just the last slide in which
which are email addresses. I just want to also say that our offer for the course is for the course fee. Just to be clear, it doesn't cover, I'm afraid, travel and accommodation, although we can arrange the accommodation. But we also hope that you might be able to get that through Erasmus funding as well. But I think the main thing is if you book the course, then we can look at all the other arrangements. Yeah.
So to sum up, we have talked you through our ideas, our activities, our passion for teaching and sharing humanism with other teachers, constantly developing, and we also have wonderful projects with a teacher from Slovakia with Lead and Learn. Would you like to say one sentence about this?
Yes, it's a fantastic cooperation where the Pilgrims is going in partnership with what's called Learn and Lead Innovation, which is kind of, I suppose, managed, led, facilitated by actually Jana Czernoradska, who's been to Pilgrims many times and loves Pilgrims, and we love their work as well, because it's all about humanistic approaches and based on 10 principles of leadership and teaching and learning. And I think this is a great way for Pilgrims. I mean, we have our own offer and our own courses, but working alongside and collaborating with others is really a fantastic step forward, I think, for us and everyone. And it's about a 10-country collaboration, which is also wonderful across Europe. All Erasmus funded. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what I'm doing right now is I am putting in the chat box, since Phil's PowerPoint stopped working. I would like you to have a look if you want to copy our email addresses so that you can keep in touch and hopefully contribute articles, ask us questions about anything that you would like us to be engaged in, or perhaps visit a conference in your country, or come and do teacher training in your country. There are lots and lots of possibilities for us to cooperate. So we really hope that this chat we have had with you will lead to really wonderful developments, and we will take humanism, Pilgrims, and into the 21st century, further into the deeper into the 21st century.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and thank you very much for this opportunity. It's been lovely. Yeah, yeah. So I've stopped the sharing. Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And Phil, if you're a DOSer, you always have a home here in Paul.